Cooking. Today I am making hamburgers, but I'm doing them a little different. I have made yesterday an avocado blue cheese spread, which is right here. Okay, now I'll give you the recipe because I did it yesterday, I think on part one of the Spanish bar cake. You'll need one avocado pitted and scooped out of the skin. You're going to need a food processor to do this. You're also going to need 2 tablespoons of a blue cheese crumbs. All right. You're going to add a tablespoon of lime juice and you're going to blend this up. Now, if it's still thick and it's not blending to a nice smooth paste, put some more lime juice in it till you get that texture. I had to add extra to get mine to work. Okay. I have a small food processor, but if you don't have a small food processor, I have a large and a small, you'll have to sit there and do it with a fork in your hands and blend it up until it becomes and looks like this. And let it sit overnight. Oh my God, the flavor is unbelievable, okay? So instead of mayonnaise and mustard, this is going to go on. Now we got sesame seed rolls, and I put some butter on them. I'm going to toast them right now. Then we'll get the ground meat going. And I see nobody's up yet, but that's okay. Oh, you guys want to burn in a hurry, okay. Whenever you're using the broiler and you have to turn the meat or something, turn it off, turn the meat and stuff and put it back in. Don't leave it running like that. Always remember when you have a broiler, you leave that oven door ajar. We'll start it up again. Now I have approximately GSIM, good morning. I have approximately a pound of ground beef here. I'm going to put some black pepper in it. Some salt. Yeah, I'm going to do these a little different. I'm going to add some wheat germ, toasted wheat germ. I know you're saying, say what? Yeah. I'm not afraid to add it. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. Gives it a nice, it actually makes it more, it's not so heavy. Let's say that. Reek, good morning. Now you can broil your hamburgers if you want, grill them, whichever way you want. I know everybody has a specific way they want to do theirs. Kudgy, Reek, auspicious. Okay. I'm going to crush this box. Yeah, I just stand on Boy, before they would sit there and say that you had to return them, and if you damaged them, you had to pay for them so you could buy new cartons. Today, everything's a waste. Okay. Now I'm going to add an egg to this. Well, I made a Spanish bar cake yesterday, the 1950s one. Now, if you make a modern one today, and you make this one and you taste them, you'll notice that in 1950s they weren't as sweet as what we have today. It's just like apple pies in, let's see, 17, oh, I can't remember. The first cookbook we had, they didn't have a bottom to them, and they didn't use that much flour or sugar. No, Kevin, I'm not. Good morning, Bill and Kevin. I'm making hamburgers, but we're going to do them a little different. Because I have to get this going because I'm not going to be here today. I'm going to go visit my girlfriend and get my hair done. Now, a lot of people don't put an egg in their hamburgers or wheat germ, but it's nice. It makes them lighter. Hello, Mr. Hand, Ashley. Good morning to everybody. Well, I could, no, I'm going to put these in a pan. So I add wheat germ and egg and salt and pepper into my hamburgers when I make my own. And people sit there and say, what? You put an egg and wheat germ? Yeah. There'll be no mayonnaise and no mustard on this. And that spread I told you about, this one, the avocado blue cheese, is very good. What we will put on it is I'm going to put cucumber chips. They're almost like bread and butter pickles, but they're done this way. And we're going to put lettuce and tomato on it. And then we've got this cheese. Boar's Head, Bold Tree, Pepper Jack, something Jack cheese. It's got a bite to it. With that blue cheese, we just think the flavors will go very, very well together. Who's sick upstairs? Oh well, I'll find out soon. Yeah, but it's it has a lighter taste to it, believe it or not, because a lot of people, Bill, sit there. Good morning, Jacob and T Daddy. What it does is a lot of people will overcook their hamburgers, and they're heavy. When I notice when I add the wheat germ to them and an egg, it comes out really nice. Oh, okay, gulps on top. Okay, I like that. That's cute. Thank you very much. We're having hamburgers. Yeah, I've had pepper jack cheese. Okay, beer, if you want to be nasty. You know the cheese. He says it's 3 cheeses with black pepper. I've never had it, but we're going to put it. We figure the spice would go well with the blue cheese in it and the cheese and the avocado. One man said, I had a sandwich and we had sliced avocado on it and blue cheese. He said, that was so good. He said, what you're making is going to be delicious. I said, okay. Yeah, people get in the store and they start talking. We get ideas from each other. I'm not even going to have these. My sons are each going to get 2 because my girlfriend's taking me out. So I don't know how this is going to taste till I come home and I'll hear the raves or the boos or whatever. Yeah, deer meat. Mix some pork with it So it's not so dry? Yeah. I can't tell you how much wheat germ to add because it depends upon how much ground beef you have. And if you crack an egg and it's too moist, you want to sit there and add more, so that's how it goes. You've seen all of mine, Sawyer? That's to over 2,000. We tall did? Uh, I don't know what you're talking about. But Sofa King means you sit around a lot. Good morning, Puff. I don't understand. We tall did? That's not a word. Tall. Not in that sentence. Yeah, this is an 80-20. It's sort of leftovers, And I take a lot of whatever I have left over, I put together. I would not want a really, really lean one on this one, I think. I think it'd be a bit of a problem being extra lean. We have to take some off and put it here. And I'll reshape you. So if you're packing hamburgers for your family, what I do is I'm going to put the spread in the small container. I'm going to put the vegetables in a container separate. The bread will be put separate and the meat will be put in another container so they can warm the meat up in a microwave. Oh, simplify. Yes, I know what that means. Thank you, George. What military part were you in? Arm? Shade? No, I'm packing lunches. This is why I'm doing it early because I'm not going to be here today. I'm taking care of myself today. Now, if you're going to grill these hamburgers with the wheat germ in them, don't cook them all the way. They'll be too dry. Hi, Grippy. My husband fought in Vietnam. He was Special Forces, well, actually Force Recon, and he was a Marine as well. So as they say, simplify means always faithful. Yes, I am. Every time I see them when I go shopping and it's that time to donate, I donate. I bought those I wanted shutters in the kitchen because I get a lot of morning light. That's why sometimes you're blinded because the sun's coming up. And I just wanted Victorian curtains, what do they call it? Valance, I think, on top. So I always have it, And get a frying pan, we'll get these in them. I was on I doubt you're telling the truth, KT. John F. Kennedy. Yeah, I remember John F. Kennedy. I saw the video. We all knew the government killed him. But we know who killed him, too. Was it Hoover who was in control of servicemen? Secret Service? Hoover? They were angry because Kennedy trusted his younger brother, Bobby. And another thing that upset him, Hoover, as much as in the government, was he wanted to get rid of the tax. And he figured, like Trump, to tariffs, and that would cover for our taxes, so we wouldn't have to pay taxes. The tariffs would run our government, and the fact that they would have the money. Yes, I'm awake. So anytime a president talks like that, people get upset because the government wants that money coming in constantly from us. But just think of how much money you would have if the tariffs covered for the tax. It would pay our bills. It would sit there, pay the congressmen. You would have all your money. Just think of how much better it would be. And if the government wanted something done, you'd have the tariffs paying for it. Now these are great. They're cast iron, and when you're doing hamburgers, it'll keep it. Thank you, Shade. My mom, my parents are dead. And the way one of my brothers is going, I don't think my brothers are going to be around much longer either. I'll probably be the last one standing. Just waiting for the frying pan to get hot. So I think I'm going to be the last one standing with everybody, because everybody I know is getting sick. That's how you make healthy hamburgers, by adding that wheat germ. You add extra protein to it, because 1 egg is 6.5. 1 pound of ground beef is 125. So just think of how much protein we're getting in this whole dish. So you divide that up into 4, 35, 40 grams, something like that. Oh, right now we're in the 60s. Believe you me, by this afternoon we're going to be in the 30s, and that's when I'm going to be out. And they say rain as well. We're going to have that dampness. And you put that on them, and that keeps them holding their shape. Thank you. I don't have a brick oven, but I have a stone I could cook a pizza on if I wish. Shay. Good morning, Beam. Primal. Thank you. Shay. Okay. This fireplace is shut off. I don't use it. And the other one I have in the other room is a 17-something. It's an acorn fireplace, which gave the age to when this house was first built. I think it was only 1 room at the time. This used to be a bedroom because we did some work on it after Hurricane Sandy, and we noticed the wallpaper, so we said, what's a kitchen now must have been a bedroom. And now we're making hamburgers for today. I'm going to be packing them up. I'm going to show you how I pack up hamburgers. Hi, David. Putty, you're back. When life gives you lemon, make lemonade. In other words, when it's, no matter how bad it is, put a smile on your face. Just say, you're not going to beat me in this life. Jacob, yeah, but it's that spread that we're really looking forward to. We just think it'll go well with the cheese and hamburgers today. We've tasted it. I made it yesterday to get the flavors to sit together because I had to add more lime juice to it. But this morning you can really taste that blue cheese and avocado with underlying of that lime flavor. It's really quite nice. Yeah, it's a spread that it's an avocado, 2 tablespoons of blue cheese, and some lime juice. They say a tablespoon of lime juice, put it in a food processor, blend it up. I have a small food processor. If you don't have a small food processor, you can do it by hand, mashing it up with a fork. If it doesn't come into a paste, add more lime juice until you get that paste that you're looking for. Whatever I want. Sometimes my sons, if they're home, they'll talk with me for the day. Some days I do my wash, ironing. Some days I crochet. On my birthday, I actually spent the day crocheting the afternoon when I got done cooking. Well, they're each getting 2 hamburgers. I don't know yet what I'm going to serve. Wait, I think I want to serve pickled vegetables. I'm not one for serving potato chips and stuff because the rolls are already starched. You should only have 1 starch per meal. So I'll probably, it might be pumpkin and fennel, or maybe pickled beets, or just pickled. These are hamburgers. Crasani. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. Their mothers did not teach them, did they? They don't know how to clean. I'm not doing cookies today, Smudgy. I have to go out and get my hair done. I have mail to deliver. It's that tax time. Everybody's got to do that. Even if you don't pay taxes, you got to do it. Sooner or later, if you're getting a allowance as a teenager, I expect them to tax that too in time. This is a 80-20 ratio. Corn rolls, I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, pretty cat. Young women of today think they can walk into the kitchen and say, I know what I'm doing. I don't have to be taught. I had to learn the ratio to make coffee. You know? And I don't have a really high heat either. I sort of have medium low. That sounds interesting. 3. I throw it out. It goes into the compost that the city picks up. I won't bury it in my yard. There's many different kinds of spatulas. I have all kinds according to what I'm going to do. I even have one to help pick a roast up that's heavy. Three, I'm not discouraging them. What do you think this channel is? This is showing people how to cook. That's why I say come cook with me. I was showing some new skills that you'll need in the kitchen. Good morning, JB. No, we made an avocado blue cheese lime spread that we're going to actually put on the hamburgers. And it's 1 avocado to 2 tablespoons of blue cheese with lime juice. They say a tablespoon, and as you mix it, if it's not into a spread, add more lime juice until you get the spread that you're looking for. They recommend a food processor. I would recommend a small food processor. I have a Cuisinart. It's great for doing little things like that. So you don't have to use the big one. It's very nice. It works well. Three, I don't know what you're talking about. If you want to start something on the channel, then please leave. Just as simple as that. Okay. What do you get with the pumpkin Good morning, Michael. Yes, I have one time, pretty cat. Justin, good morning. They say, this is how I was taught, you buy them when they're hard, leave them out like you would your fruit sitting on the table. Check them every day when they start to get soft, you know it's time to use them. And you got to use them in a hurry. Yes. Yeah, I have songs going through my head when I cook. This keeps them from spreading. Lodge, I think Lodge makes these for hamburgers and steaks and stuff if you want to put weight on. I'm doing well, Michael. Good morning, Jamie, Justin. Yes, I have heard they do, but I don't want them ripening until I get to that meal. So I sort of leave them out that way. But I have heard you can put them in a paper bag. Put them in the brig. That's all the time, to put them in the brig until he sobers up. Thank goodness my husband never got drunk. And the boyfriend I had, he drank, and his family said, you cannot give him hard liquor, Sandy, he gets violent. I gave him hard liquor because he asked for it. He had no problem. He was very nice and polite. Maybe it was the company he was in that got nasty. Michael, if you could smell this, you're doing much better than I am. So it seems, Justin, you know the song I'm talking about. Cinder, Montana, cattle country. What, David? Do what with tomatoes? Leave them out? Yes, you can leave them out. I leave them out. And within a week, because they're so green at the store, though they're red, it takes about 5 to 7 days in a warm kitchen, and they ripen up in a hurry. Food and coffee? That sounds like an interesting video game. On a cat channel? I don't know one. Fender, card games, rum. That is rummy. I think you call it rummy. My mother taught me that game. And she said a quarter cent a point. I had 50 cents for an allowance. When we got done with the game, she owed me $2.50. So you can imagine, I really beat her to death. I'm showing you, well, we're having hamburgers today. Yeah, that was my husband's favorite drink, rum and coke. You should invest. I'm not going to tell you not to. Right now, you'd be better off investing in metals like gold and silver and platinum. You invest in the stocks that have dividends and have the dividends going back in. I would recommend definitely investing in T-notes and bonds, savings bonds. For this one, I usually use the 97, but for this one, it's the 80-20. I love the game, and nobody around me knows how to play the game, and I can't remember all the rules. But that's what my father taught me. He said, if you're going to invest, I'm going on memory here. He said, invest in precious metals. He said, invest in this, into stocks. He said, but make sure they have a dividend coming back. Put money in savings, Sandy, because you always get interest. So, my father, being a penny pincher. My mother was a spender. My father was a penny pincher. I don't think I have to put anything on this one anymore. So that's what I was taught. Birthday to Nick. Good. Happy birthday, Nick. And, okay. ZY. Good morning. Okay, Justin. Okay, you four. Good morning. No, I like to spend money. Why do you think I'm always in debt? Okay, Fender. All right. I don't know many women who are penny pinchers. It might be now, you know, I don't know. Try. Just fits in the fat. No, I'm going to clean the pan, don't worry. I always do. Okay. When that cools, I'll pour it. Danielle, I'll kill him. I've got to talk to him. He keeps on making mistakes. I'm getting tired of this. Now, when you use these wheat germ, it could be raw or toasted. It doesn't matter. But if you buy raw, remember it's got to stay in the refrigerator because it is a whole grain. Whole grains go bad. That's why people like white flour, because they've taken everything out that could possibly go bad. So therefore, they can do what they want and leave it out. I use whole grains, so I have them in the freezer and in the refrigerator along with everything else. Where's the color? Okay. Now when you're packing lunches, don't put anything on the bread. Put it in a container. Be sure they have a knife to spread it. All right. This is where I start packing, separating, getting everything going. This is so good. I can't believe it. When you're packing a lunch, make sure also that you give them the utensils so they can put this stuff together. By Fender Camdy. General, good morning. I have had bison. This summer I hope to have ostrich. I found a place that will sell it in my wild game cookbook. The recipes aren't that great, but at least I've got all the information. He's got 2 hamburgers here, so I gotta make sure he's got. This dressing goes on both pieces of bread. You're gonna seal this up really nice. Okay. Yeah, that should be enough. I know, I shouldn't be doing that. Somebody's gonna say something. But it's good, you know? So I'm not gonna lie about it. It's really good. If you like these different flavors, they would come out really, really nice. I didn't think the blue cheese was going to come out that good. Dinner is lunch, okay? Dinner is lunch, supper is the last meal of the day. And because I have sons coming in at 2:30 in the morning, another one comes in at 11 at night. Sometimes one has to be out of the house by 6 in the morning, and he'll come in about 5 or 6 in the evening. So this is like mismatched, you know, so I make sure that you get to see our dinner. Sometimes if I know they're all going to be home, I can make a breakfast for myself. That's why I have muffins and stuff. They can come in. There's always food for them to help themselves. Good morning, Dragon. Quail eggs, I've never had those. So this is how I do things. I have to make things work, which I do. Sometimes I want to scream about it, but I do get it. I do get through it. So my day goes crazy. We don't even eat breakfast at the same time. They're not, one is going to bed when I'm getting ready to eat something for breakfast. The other one will wake up 2 or 3 hours later. He'll have his breakfast and he goes, so I have to get, so I don't have a regular day. When they were little, I had a lot of control. We're going to eat at this time. But now, no. Well, if you don't get the protein count. Well, anyway, Quartz, good morning. Justin, Drag. Well, I don't care about all of that. I got to get the tomato slice. Where did I put that knife? Oh, here it is. A serrated knife does an excellent job. Serrated is a bread knife. So they cut tomatoes beautifully. This bread knife cuts very beautifully. Bread knife. Good morning, Justin. You're going to correct my language? Mau. Let's see. Need a container to put this in. I have so many leftovers in there. It's giving me a problem. This container, I'm going to put the vegetables and the cheese in. That's how you're going to have to do it. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 on each will be more than enough and adequate, you know. I'll fix the other ones after. All right. Now these sliced cucumbers are extremely wet. It's bad enough the tomatoes have a lot of moisture in them, but too much, you're going to sog everything else. So just put them on paper towels and let them drain. I'll tell you in a minute, we haven't gotten to the cheese yet. I asked the deli department, not the butcher. I said, look, I have this spread. It's avocado and blue cheese. And I was saying, what would you recommend? Because they know all the cheeses in the back there. I don't know them all yet. And he recommended this one. It's a boar's head. I haven't tasted it yet. Okay, it's this one. Have you ever seen this one before? I haven't. And they call it hold on a minute. You have to taste stuff to know what you can get. It's called Boar's Head Bowl 3 Pepper Colby Jack Cheese. This would make excellent grilled cheese sandwiches. So we want that pepper flake to go with what we already have. I'm just taking some of the moisture off these pickles. Good morning, Stain Dragon. Good morning. Well, if you have poor digestion, of course you're going to have heartburn. I don't have heartburn. If I get heartburn, it's because I have eaten and I went to bed and slept with food in my stomach. That's why I quit eating 5 hours, definitely before I go to bed. I'm not stupid. Okay. Yeah. Goes flat. Yes, I'm munching my way through everything. All right. Okay. That sounds like young people arguing. I'm using iceberg lettuce, okay? So I put the tomatoes out, I put the pickles out, then I've got the lettuce on top of it. I cannot put the cheese with the meat, so the cheese will have to go on the lettuce. But he can set the sandwich any way he wants. I should put it on the meat, though. I'd rather on the meat, yeah. Why not? I'm going to put 2 pieces of cheese on the meat. I think it'd be better. So when he goes to microwave it for less than a minute, or maybe just a minute. See, they make little microwaves you can put in trucks for the 18-wheelers and stuff. So you pack a lunch in a way that he can put it together, your loved one. It'll work. So see, I have the tomatoes, the pickles, and the lettuce sitting here. So that is packed as well. So we got the rolls done, we got that done. And I've got to pack this meat up. No, I've got to think of where I'm going to put it. Okay, it always gets like this. I know some of you are very sarcastic remarks. What are you doing, practicing to be old geezers? So you need containers. Yeah, no I do, girl. Okay, I got one big container. Okay, I'm missing a container or 2. Not here. Hold on, I'm trying to find my containers. Taffy. Oh, Amber, I'm sorry. It's you, Amber. I lost a container. I'm trying to find it. It's not in the refrigerator. Okay. The lid's not here. It should be here. So where is it? Well, Sandra, if you looked in the sink, you'd find it. I found it. It was in the sink. Yeah, that's Amber and Taffy. You heard Amber this time. Pal, good morning. No, they've eaten. I've already given them salmon and sole. If you're a vegetarian, you don't eat chicken. Well, they're going to finish up, and then when they're done with that, they'll get more food. But I'm not going to waste the food. They're very well fed. I told you, I consider food one of the most important things in the house because the heart of the family is the kitchen. The whole structure of the house becomes a home because of the kitchen. Everybody comes around when there's food. Family sits down together. I like sardines. My husband made a spread for me. Oh, okay. So it wasn't real chicken. Ooh. I only like 3 or 4 dishes that are vegetarian. I like eggplant parmigiano. That's a dish I like. I made a fish lasagna. It wasn't that cool. Now see, I've got the meat, I got the cheese on it. I am going to have to put wax paper between them because they're still warm. So you do these steps to make sure they stay separated. Taffy, why don't you go over there and eat? So this is how I pack lunches for my family. You see what I go through. I still have to pack dessert too. Now I made that Spanish bar cake. That recipe is a 1950s. And if you make the original recipe with the cream cheese, you will notice it's not as sweet as the ones they make today. You can actually taste how much sugar we use today compared to what we did in 1950s, and that is less than 75 years ago. So when I grew up, like I said, things weren't as sweet as what they are today. Yeah, I've done a whole bunch of cube steaks, different flavors and stuff, and coatings, whatever I feel like. I haven't done it yet with red peppercorns yet. But I'm thinking of making some really hot cube steaks. Well, I'm not overly fond of a lot of vegetarian meals, but eggplant parmesan, oh, that is a dish I love. A lot of work to put it together, but it's really, really good. I'm thinking this cheese would go very nice as a grilled cheese. I might buy turkey and use this with the turkey and grill up turkey cheese sandwiches. Because tomorrow's Friday, I could pick it up. I wouldn't have to worry about it. So as you can see, I packed for lunch. I have the spread. I have the vegetables already lined up here. And I have the rolls here. All I have to do is, I will be adding a bottle of water with it and utensils that he needs to put it together. The only thing he would have to warm up would be the meat with the cheese on it, and he would have to be very careful when he does it so it doesn't sit there and dry out. That's why I was careful how I cooked it. That's why I used the 40%, the 80-20, so it had a little more moisture, and I used the wheat germ to help hold that moisture in. Oh, Kim, you're a little below me. No, you're a little above me. No, you're 65. I'm 73. I'm 8 years older than you. Hi, thank you, the Devon. Okay. I haven't had eggplant lasagna yet. I think I have a recipe for it. I'm not sure. I like that floating flour. Thank you. So that's pretty much it. Other than just getting the water, putting it in a bag. I'll give him a knife. I think he only needs a knife to put this together, but I have made some pickled pumpkin and pickled fennel bulbs. They are delicious. Pickled vegetables are good. There is thumbs up. Thank you, Devin. They are, because they're pickled, they have an acid to it, and that alkalines your body to prevent you from being sick. And if you really look into the Frontier's life, they were very quick to pickle a lot of vegetables. They didn't have a pressure canner, so everything was water bath, so there was a lot of pickling, so that saved them. That sounds very good, Irv. Kim? Yeah, a lot of the young people today have a lot of sugar. So anyway, as I was saying, if you try this spice cake recipe that I did yesterday, come cook with me, you will notice it's not as sweet as you would expect it. And the seasonings are higher than what you get today. So you can see the difference in it. And if you made the apple pie that I had rose water with, you notice they even use less flour. So you can see that they use less sugar, less than 70 years ago. And if you went back even further, you would notice that they didn't use a lot of flour either. They were very careful. So you could actually see how our diets have changed tremendously. They add more sugar for flavor and stuff. It sort of covers up the seasoning so they don't have to use the seasonings as much. So if you do make that and you make it with the cream cheese, the original recipe has the cream cheese frosting on it, and I gave you that when I made it in part 2 of that. You will see, but if you make it with the confectionery sugar, it will be sweeter. You can actually see the difference in it and how it's made. Bye, Justin. Enjoy your day. You have to be careful with those. I hate to bring that to your attention, pal. Sugar substitutes have a tendency to remove your minerals. I found that out the hard way. Okay? It draws the minerals out. Yeah, it might have a sweet taste and all, but you need sugar to help hold everything together. So you do need the sugar. Taking these sugar substitutes is going to give you a real problem. If you're a diabetic, that's your problem. But if you stay on the sugar substitutes, you'll notice slowly you'll lose enamel from your teeth. And if you're losing it from your teeth, you're losing it from your bones as well. So you will be for severe arthritis. If you're a woman, you'll be walking and your hip will snap and you will be on the ground in pain that you will not want to believe could happen. Oh, yeah, I agree with you, Kim. No, cream of tartar, I usually put it with egg whites. It can be like it, but if it's not a real sugar, you're in trouble. All right, look it up. Look up the chemicals that are in the sugar, and then you'll know exactly what it does. It can be like brown sugar, but it's not sugar. And that means that all it means is it's going to give you a problem. No, blessed, thank you for St. Patty's. No, booze does not. What booze does, booze is nothing but sugar. Be it beer, be it wine, be it hard liquor, cocktails, I don't care what you say. It's all sugar. So if you have a glass of wine, sugar. Champagne, sugar. Mixed drinks, sugar. Beer is, oh God, that's really sugar, but it's got to be vitamins in it. So some people say, but it's good because it's got the B's. Yes, but it's still liquor and it's going to have a high sugar content. Okay? I do, Irv. I do have. I got raw sugar in there. I have, thank you for the heart. I have so many different sugars in here. You might see me use the white, but I also make my confectionery sugar. I also sit there and make my light and dark brown sugar. I have crystallized sugar. I have raw sugar. Listen, I have so many sugars in different ones, believe it or not, because each one is there. Yeah, well, it's sugar. You didn't know that? It's not sweet. But they are, the body treats it like sugar. That's why if you become a diabetic, they don't want you drinking. It's sugar. The body sees it as sugar. If you want to make a good bread, use beer. It does come out very. No, I use stevia, and one of my teeth started cracking. My other some teeth started chipping. Any sugar substitute is going to draw the minerals out. Man, I got us on so many minerals again to build it back up. And that was a dietitian who said, oh, this is great. It helps. And then I saw another woman, her teeth are all cracked, all over her mouth. And when she smiled, she almost looked like a demon, with all the cricket and chips on her teeth. And I knew what she had taken. So this sugar substitute, no good. We made hamburgers. Listen, I'm not going to go through every last one. The body treats hard liquor as sugar. Okay? Any way you look at it, the body looks at hard liquor, beers and wines as sugar. You can do and say whatever you want. The body acknowledges it as sugar. So you can't tell me about tequila. It's sugar. That's what the body treats it as. You might not know it, but the body knows when it gets it, that pancreas has got to work overtime, get that sugar balanced. The fresh plant, that would be good. It doesn't seem to have any side effects because it is a natural plant. So you could look into that. I haven't grown it or tried it, but see what it does. But just be careful that any of these sugar substitutes are going to do it. If you drink throughout your life liquors and you become a diabetic, you can look between the desserts you have, all the starches women serve, because women serve 2 to 3 starches at a meal. Instead of 1 starch and the vegetables and the protein, she's got it unbalanced. So by the time you hit a certain age, usually it comes up about between 40 and 50, you have already burnt your cells in the pancreas. And this is very bad because you only have so many cells to last you a lifetime. God set it up this way that by the time you leave the earth, your pancreas would still have cells and stuff. It has the amount that it needs. But when you overload them, those cells burn out. It's just like a person working 24 hours a day and never stopping. He burns the body out and the body will collapse. You see? And once the cells are gone in the pancreas, that's it, they're gone. There's nothing you can do then. How do you get minerals, Nikki? Go to a butcher. All right, you've got to have a butcher for this. You're going to ask them for beef bones. All right. Another way you could do it is if you buy meats that have bones in them, like chicken, veal, lamb, or pork. You collect those bones. You say, but it came off their plate. Fine. But you get done with them, there aren't going to be any germs on them anyway. Stick them in a bag, throw them in the freezer. Now, if you don't find a lot of bones in your food, then you'll have to go to the butcher. You buy bones, ask them to cut them down. You need a pressure cooker. And what you're going to do is throw the bones in, fill the pressure cooker as high as you can with water. You turn it on high and you pressure cook that thing. All right. You can turn it when it starts going. Psh, 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 psh. You can sit there and turn it down, but keep that pressure at that point. Then what you do is check it in 2 hours because you're going to run out of water. And what you're going to do, the water level should be about that high. Fill it up again, seal it up, do it again. You're going to do this for about 6 hours. Then you're going to take a knife, good old sharp knife. When you finish on that third one, you take one of those bones and you stab it. If you can go all the way through and it's like mush, you've cooked all the minerals out. Then all what you have to do is strain that liquid. Strain it through a towel because little particles come through it as well. And you strain it, squeeze it as tight as you can to get the bones will just go mush into your hands. You just squeeze it, all right? You take that liquid, you can can it like you do stock, or you can put it in a big jar and stick it in the refrigerator. Now, one guy who could hardly move because his arthritis was so bad, I told his wife, cook with this. If you're making gravies, you're cooking pasta, you're cooking rice, whatever you're cooking in stews and stuff, use it. If you're not making anything that day that you're using this, sit there and heat it up, a cup, add some salt if you wish, and drink it. That is a good way of getting your minerals. Taking them by tablets, it's not going to work. That way will work. Hi, Italy. Let me see if I can say. Gian Carol. No, it's not a diet. Dark chocolates. Chocolates, power drinks, sodas, coffees, and teas are high in caffeine, which causes high blood pressure. The marrow in those bones is folic acid, and that's a natural antibiotic. You don't have to take the other one. That's it. You're welcome, Nikki. Anything else? So we close up. So dark chocolate, just remember those things. John Carlo. Good morning, Shane. I think you're a bit late. We're just getting ready to come off soon. Vicki. Yeah, I got up. I was cooking 5 something, I think about 5:15, 5:30. I wanted to get these sandwiches done early because I have other things I have to do in the house and I'm going to be gone today. Okay, so that's how I pack meals. I do them like that. If it's a stew, I make sure I put them. Kim, you're very Key Marie. That's a cute name, Key Marie. Okay. So listen, I'm going to let all of you go because I'm on a clock today. Today's going to be a busy day for me. Okay, Kim. So listen, I want all of you to take care. Have a great day. But now you know how I pack lunches. Now, I do lunches like this all the time. So if there's a microwave, you can, if you want to control what your husband or what you eat, where you don't spend as much money out, you can do simple things like this. Then you only have to warm up a section of it, and the rest is fine. So I do this all MGM. Oh, movies, MGM. Okay. So listen, you take care. really, do have a great day. Be careful. It's going to be rain. We got rain now coming in after all that snow. All right. Bye bye.